So YouTube has openly admitted they do not send out notifications to all subscribers. So if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell next to it so you can make sure you get notifications for all videos that I put up. And if you like the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here and all the support. Enjoy the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Big Country here. Welcome back to Country Living and another dual review. We have another episode of the dual review series. You know, I've been doing many dual reviews over the past few months. I thought it was a little niche that I'd like to have on the channel, and it seems to be working well. You guys seem to enjoy it, and I certainly love making these. Most times with Micah, and VTVap3Guy has one, and now we got a second one with VTVap3Guy. I'm going to give him a minute, let him introduce himself to you, just in case you live under a rock and you don't know who this guy is already. Go ahead, bud.
What up, what up, what up? VTVap3Guy here. YouTube.com/VTVap3Guy and at VTVap3Guy, Instagram, Vapin and Livin Facebook group, all that happy jazz. Yeah, been a fan of Big Country. Love the dual reviews.
Yeah, man, I really like it my damn self. I just think it's a nice little thing to have on the channel, just to kind of change up the pace of normal reviews. And it worked out. And I've always thought it was nice to have, like, you know, when I started with Micah, initially I wasn't planning on doing any with any other reviewers, because I figured, you know, having some, even though Micah's not a reviewer, he is an Instagram influencer with juices and so forth with some other companies. But I just thought having a couple different mindsets, especially someone who's just a plain Jane normal consumer out there in the field, to get their thoughts, see how they differ from, I guess, mine as a reviewer's thoughts, and it's worked out well. And then, you know, of course, then I was like, let's go ahead and expand out and get another reviewer in here, and that's when I hit you up. So that's awesome. I'm glad you decided to do this one as well. Much fun. I love doing this shit. I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Hell yeah.
But the item that we are talking about today is a lot of hype around this thing, man. A huge lot of hype. And it's, you might hear a helicopter over my house, and if you do, I'm sorry. I gotta tell you, the hype, I believe, is real. But the item we're talking about today is the Rage Squonk Mod from OHMBOYOC. Alright guys, here's the packaging that the OHMBOY Desire Design Rage Squonk Mod comes in. Big old obnoxious nicotine label on the front. On the side you have company information here. You got Desire Design, the color of the Rage, which I got black, and a serial number. And you go to the back, it's got product information. It says battery capacity 218/650. Wattage range is from 5 to 155. Voltage output range is from 0 to 8 volts. Minimum resistance of 0.08. And temperature range is 2 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. And again, an obnoxious nicotine thing. This right here is a scratch and check. I will scratch off, in case there's anybody out there that thinks this is a clone. I haven't even seen a clone. So if you want to go check it out, that right there is the Desire. Go to DesireVape.com and put that code in. But you take out the outer sleeve, then you have the inner box, which has nothing except for the Rage design on the front. Open it up, you are presented with the Rage mod in this little plastic rubber, I don't know, protector. And at the bottom you do have a micro USB cable for charging and firmware upgrade, product warranty card, and the Rage Squonk Mod operations manual. So they got two languages, English and Chinese. But I was actually reading through this thing, and it's got, I mean, this is a more detailed operations manual than I'm used to seeing. It's got a lot of information in here. The mod is made from advanced zinc alloy material. Temperature limit from 2 to 600. Wattage output 5 to 155 watts. The size of the mod is 109 millimeters by 53 by 30. It even has, one thing I do like about this is it has an actual software upgrading instructions, which you don't see that a lot. You can go online or whatever, but this, I immediately, like I said in the overhead, I immediately did the update right out of the box. I didn't even see this manual at the time. I just went online and did it. And the way you do this, after you download the software, or the software from desire.com/RageSquonk, and then you'll open the Desire Upgrade executable file. You want to connect the devices. You want to shut down the device. After you shut down your device, you want to long press the left and right key until you enter the download interface, and then on the screen you'll click open, and then hit the upgrade though, and the little progress bar will go zoop. Once it's done, you're done. It doesn't have anything confirming that it's done, but once the bar is green, it's done. So really easy to upgrade. Got your basic operations, showing you how to enter, take out, and add your Squonk bottle back into it. Shows you how to fill your Squonk bottle. It's got work mode, which in this model has, you push the button 3 times in quick succession to enter the menu, and you hit left or right to toggle between the menus. You have variable voltage, TC nickel, TC titanium, TC stainless steel, your TCR mode, and I'm not sure what PMG is, but there's a bypass mode in here as well. And then you can also put it in, right here says bypass mode. If you put it in bypass mode, it will fire at the maximum wattage and voltage. The voltage will be automatically reduced, and protection device when the resistance is low. So depending on how strong your batteries are, depending on how much power you get. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, because when I put fresh batteries in there, it's 8.4 volts, and as the batteries get weaker, of course, it'll go down, and I usually swap them out around 6.6, 6.7, somewhere around that range. See, we got hands mode, left or right. See, we got message tips, like any messages you may have on the screen that come up. It tells you what they're for. You know, it's a pretty detailed manual. I would suggest actually looking through that if you get this mod. Also in the box, you get this mod protector. This little plastic disc right here, which I think is freaking great. I love these little things, and I just ordered me a bunch more so I can have for everybody. I think every mod should come with these devices, especially when you have a mod that doesn't have a 510 plate around the top. It's just a 510. So I've been using this thing for about a month. And I've had this ring on, and I have no scratching around the 510 area due to this little plastic disc mod protector. I love this. That's just freaking great. Finish on this is really nice. But of course, you get the mod and you get the Squonk bottle. You know, it's in use. The bottle itself, it has a Rage or Desire logo in the front. It has a little Rage Desire logo on the front. And on the back it has, what's that say? Oh, it says Desire Design on the back, or front back, depending on what you put it in. But I always have my bottle put in like this with the logo, matching the logo on top. So look at the mod, on the top you just say Homeboy on the top. Here's your 510 area. There is no plate, and it is flush. The front of the mod you have I'm not sure if that's Desire or if that's just the Rage logo, to be honest, but it's a nice deep engraved logo. Of course, your Squonk hole. Go to the bottom, got the battery vents right here, and some necessary legal information. And up inside there is where your Squonk bottle goes. See the 510 pin right up inside there. On the back you have the battery plate, and on the opposite side you have all your controls. Fire button, OLED screen, up and down button, and a micro USB charge port, data transfer port. Take off the battery door. You'll see it's very clearly labeled of how the order of the batteries go in. This is in a series configuration. Positive side up here, positive side down on this side. Put your batteries in. If you look at the battery door, see how one side is like really fat and wide or whatever? That side gets attached opposite of the buttons. Just kind of put it in like so, and close it up. 5 clicks to turn it on. It says Desire Design. Okay, you have your battery indicator. You have your ohm reading. You have your, since I am in bypass mode, this will notate or highlight the wattage as I'm puffing on 7.6 volts. Now the menu system is really easy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You go to work mode. I'm in bypass mode. I can go to power mode. And this is your down button, up button. And it goes all the way to 155 watts. All the way down to 5 watts. And I like how it doesn't do the point intervals. It's just one interval. So since it only does one intervals, it shouldn't even have the decimal there. I think it's just a waste. It shouldn't have it. I don't know why they have it, since it doesn't go to the point in the tenths. Shouldn't even be there. And it does round robin. So if you go, I held all the way up, it stops, you hit up again, it round robins all the way. But if you hold both up and down, it does nothing unless you are going to plug it in with a USB for upgrading. If you hold up and down and the power button, it does nothing. You hold power button and left or down, it does nothing. Hold power button and up, it does nothing. So very simple. Back into the menu, 1, 2, 3. Back in work mode, back in power mode. You got nickel, titanium, stainless steel, TCR settings, and bypass mode. When you're in bypass, you cannot adjust, like increase or lower the voltage. Bypass is strictly what your battery shows. 8.4 with my LG brownies when they're fully charged, and I usually swap them out, like I said, about 6.6 or 6.7. It winds up being too cool of a vape for me. The menu system is very, 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 very easy. But you also have software version and hands mode. You're on the hands mode, you can say left or right. That's basically just flipping your screen in whatever coordination or configuration you desire. That's it. That's all there is on the menu. I have been using this TM24 Pro clone as my squonking device on this thing. Absolutely love this setup. Put the disc on, as you see. I screw it in, give it a little snuggus, and when you put a new thing in, it asks if it's old or new. I always click new for up, so either way, I always hit new regardless. And then the bottle firmness I think is really, really good. There's a little flip at the bottom here that you just have a little, put your fingernail or something in there, pull it out. That gives you your handle to pull this out. So when I put this in, I have it with the logo on the front, and you just push up and you hear that little pop. See, pull it out. Hear that? It means it's in place. Push the handle down, and you're ready to vape. What's your squonk action? This squonk action is really, really freaking awesome. I mean, it works perfectly. See it coming up right there, come up through the post and up under the coil, comes to the side of the base, and I just kind of hold it right there for a second, let everything get good and saturated, and let go. You hear that? It just sucks it right back in. We'll do it again. Sucking it back down. Voila. Perfect squonk action, in my opinion. So there you go. That was the Rage Squonk mod from Desire Designs and OHMBOYOC. Let's go back up top and finish talking to Phil about this. I'm anxious, really, really anxious to hear his thoughts on this mod.
Stolen identity. You know I see through anything. I'm a one-man army with a bitter sting.
Alright guys, so that was the Rage the Rage regulated squonk mod from OHMBOYOC and Desire Technologies. I want VT to go first on his thoughts. Now I do know that I think we talked about this before we got in here. Is he's going to, like in a couple weeks, probably do an in-depth, straight review on his channel in case he has any problems. But I've had mine for about 3 weeks. He's had his for about a week. I feel I can confidently talk about this now. So he's pretty much given us his initial first week thoughts and feelings on this thing as of right now. But in a couple weeks, when his video goes live, I'll be sure to put his link in the channel in the description of this video in case you want to go check out what he comes to find out when he does his video. So, but right now, let's talk about what your initial thoughts are of this thing and how you've used it and all that good stuff this past week.
So, you know, upon first opening up the box, I just couldn't believe the finish of this red. It's like it's like a shiny but a matte at the same time, and it's like a rubberized like red. It's like a really brilliant, almost like a Pepsi can red, but shiny but matte at the same time. The finish of this mod is fucking awesome. I'll try not to go too crazy here, but I just really, I took it out, I put it in my hand, and it fits nicely in the hand. The screen's a little bit small, but you know, overall, that's not a huge deal for me. I kind of like, I hold it in my left hand, I squonk with my thumb, and you know, the battery life on the initial firmware, which is what I have right now, I haven't upgraded the firmware yet. But the battery life isn't the worst. I heard that it was really bad with the initial firmware, but with the upgrade, it's supposed to be a lot better. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, I just like the way the bottle insert, it comes out perfectly. It's really clean, fills nicely, sticks back in there, and it just blew my mind that they thought of like a lot of the little things that most people don't, you know, like the way it feels and the way the bottle works. It just overall, at least at this point, I haven't found very many problems with it. It's going to be a hard one to do a very thorough review and find a lot of cons with, because I'm in love with it. I love the feature that everyone's talking about. Is just they included these little plastic discs, and I love that because it keeps the top of the mod very, very nice. No scratches, no nothing on that finish at all.
Yes, absolutely. I love that they added that mod protector. Freaking love it.
Oh yeah. I definitely think the hype of this device is real. It's a very, very nice, well thought out, weighty, but it just performs on point.
Yeah, I have to agree. Everything you mentioned at all is exactly. You know, I got the black matte finish. It's not super shiny. It's just a black matte. And you know, I'm still unsure whether it's paint or not, because I did drop this. Damn you! Here we go. I got two little nicks right here. You see those two little nicks, y'all?
Yeah.
And those are thick.
Yeah, it's almost like a powder coating or something.
Yeah, so unless they put like 6 or 7 layers of paint on this thing, I think it Cerakote or a powder coat. I mean, I really don't know. But it chipped instead of scratched. So unless it's a thick enamel paint, which that's possible too.
That is possible.
But I think the finish on it is really, really good. Now I have upgraded. I upgraded mine right out the box. And you know, I know we mentioned that the screen is a little small, but it basically reminds you of a DNA chip.
It does.
But this is much simpler. I mean, you got like hand mode where you can flip it from right to left, or you got power or bypass mode and TC. That's it. No locking. Yeah, nothing special. It's just a plain Jane freaking chip to do what it wants to do. I like the the gray out on the black. That gray
nice
looks
touch.
good. And I've been the Squonk bottle. I think the Squonk bottle is cool as hell. It's got the Desire logo on one side. It's got Desire.com on the other. The bottle itself, like you said, comes in and out, and the firmness of the bottle is really great. Great squonking action in the mod, and the shape. Some people say it's funky, but I like the way it feels in my hand. I hold it in my left hand too, especially. That's just a habit I've gotten into when driving. So now even though I'm right-handed, when I'm home, I'm holding it in my left hand, and I find that my thumb just kind of. I will say, when I first took this out the box, immediately my thumb wanted to reach right here. My thumb felt like it should have been a fire button here, but it's not. It's right here. So my thumb just rests comfortably in this curve right here, and this is how I hold it. My pinky's always under the mod. My thumb's kind of right here. My fire finger's here. Some people have said that they don't like it because the squonk where the squonk bottle is, you know, reaching over. But I'm not trying to squonk while I'm vaping. So whenever I go to squonk, I just kind of just do this little number right here. You know, so it's not like it's a big deal to me. The heaviness and the build quality, it seems like it's really, really good. Like I said, I've dropped it, and I just got those two nicks on the front. Nothing else. Battery door flopped off, of course, but battery door didn't chip or scratch or anything. But I, for one, Now, when I say this lightly, okay? For me, this is like the best dual battery Squonk mod that I've used, and I use it in bypass mode. I don't use it in wattage mode. I started in wattage mode, then I learned bypass mode is really, really good. And I have a .11 build in here. And when it comes to the battery life, since I didn't use it pre-patch, I'm not sure how the patch or the update changed the life expectancy, which that's something that you'll do in your video, because you haven't updated it yet. So you will update, and then you'll be able to notice a difference or not.
Yeah.
For me, this is a winner. But like I said, when I say this is the best dual 18650 battery squonker I've tried. I haven't tried all of them out there, guys. I've tried the G box, which I thought sucked. It was just too big and bulky. Didn't like the screen. Didn't like the menu. Didn't like the function. I didn't like it at all. I liked the Radar RDA. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even the G box squonked good, but just the mod as a whole, I didn't care for. And I can't think of any other dual battery squonker that I've used. Most of everything I've used has been mechanical squonkers or single battery squonkers. So
that's it.
So when I say this is the best dual 1860 dual battery squonk mod, it's because it's the best that I've used. Okay, so don't say, hey, the G-Box 160 or the Drip Box 160 or something back in the day, or this and that. I just haven't used those yet.
Yeah.
So
I've only used a very few. There's not a whole lot of regulated dual battery squonkers out there. There's a ton of singles, but not a lot of duals. I tried the 160, the Kanger there, and it still works like a year and a half later, but it just kind of clunky, and it's kind of a shit box, you know. But and I agree, this is, in my opinion, the best dual 18650 or any dual battery squonker that I've ever used, and I've only used like 4, but there's not very many, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, there's really not a lot out there, like you said, and that's because 2018 has been the year of the squonk. I mean, the squonk has came to life for real. Granted, it's not a new technology or a new thought, new idea, but it just gained traction at the end of last year. And this year, many people called it was going to be the year of the squonk, and sure as hell it has been the year of the squonk.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be some more. Maybe the next one that comes out, I might like it just as good. I mean, I'm not going to say, this is July right now, so my opinion might change to a better one in the near future. You just never know. But just know, right now, July 14th, I love this thing. I think it's the best dual battery squonker out there. I really, really dig it. I've carried it every day since I started using it.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Me too.
So far in your first week of using, you really like it. So I look forward to, like I said, I've had mine about 3 weeks, and I've dropped it a couple times, and I've had no issues, no mechanical issues, no failures, no nothing. So I'm curious to see whether or not you come up with any issues during your continued usage of it. And basically, it's just about longevity now for you, because you know what you like. Yeah, so you want to see how it holds up longevity-wise, which is, why people like myself, and I know VT for sure, we don't do reviews out of the box.
No.
We use them. We use them for a couple, 3 weeks at minimum before we do a review, which is why, for me on my channel, I know that's why all the items that I get seem to be a little bit past the prime time for an item, because when things are newly released, everybody's got videos on them. Now, granted, if you're one of those reviewers that are massive, you do get an item but maybe a week or so ahead of time before the date they say you can release it. But they have some use on them, but they don't have any longevity. You know what I mean? It's just out of the box reviews. So that's why, for me, when I bring up an item like the Rage has been out a few months now, I'm a little bit behind the party, but still, it takes me a while to get them, and then of course I want to use them and make sure I get a straight in-depth review as much as I can on my experiences of it. So
hell yeah.
So I look forward to your final review as well. Always do.
Hell yeah.
As of right now, with your experiences with the Rage box, just to remind you of my rating system: 2 thumbs down is like, hell no, stay away from it. 1 thumbs down is like, it's not the worst thing I've had, but I wish I'd have spent my money elsewhere. 1 thumbs up is like, yeah, it's great, it's good. It's not great, but it's good. And 2 thumbs up is like, hell yeah, I would buy it right now if it broke.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, talk about it.
I wish I had 4 thumbs. I mean, I wish I had 4 thumbs.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah, I love it. Best answer ever. I'm the same. If you haven't been able to tell about my boasting about this thing yet, then yeah, I'm the same way. 2 thumbs up. I think it's great. I love it. If something happened to it, I'm definitely going to get another one.
Yeah, any day of the week.
Right now, anyway. But you never know. Something may come out in a month that might just, I'll fall in love with that. You know, that's the great thing about this industry, too, is it is oversaturated with a lot of things, but there's a lot of great things out there.
That's it. There's so many great things.
And once you add these things to your collection, you can look back and be like, yeah, man, I used to rock the hell out of that thing. And even, you know, when you feel a little nostalgic, you know, my first RDA was the Troll V2 from Watofo. That was great. That was my first experience with an RDA, and I've been thinking about more and more here lately to go ahead and put another build in that thing just to see if I like it now as opposed to like the way I did then. So, you know, just things like that. It's good to have a collection of, especially when they're all great items. Great.
Hell yeah.
All right, so once again, Mr. Phil, thank you for hanging out with me, buddy. I really appreciate it. And his links will be in the description to his channel and his Instagram. If you want to go check him out. You have any final thoughts or final words to say here, Mr. Phil?
Hell yeah! Everyone, go out and smash that like button. Elbow drop the like button for Country Living here. One of the best up and coming reviewers. Love the guy. Check him out. If you're one of my people, subscribe to him. Hell yeah! Show some love for Country Living.
I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate it. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for all you watching. Thank you very much for all the support. New Patreons, your continued monthly support has been, I say this all the time, and the only way I know how to thank you is to say thank you, and I hope you understand how much it really means to me for the continued support. You guys are awesome. I got special things happening. I put a video up the other day talking about, on the Lost Vape video, Patreon giveaways and so forth, and also channel videos. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link right up there so you can go check it out. But that's it. That's it for today. Phil, thanks for hanging out with me, the VTVap3Guy in the house.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all the support. And until next video, just keep on vaping and living, baby.